What's up, everybody? Today we're going to do 5 kilotones with a twist because I want to do 5 kilotones in one Axe Effects 3 preset. Let's get started. I've got my YJM Strat plugged straight into the Axe Effects 3. That is being recorded direct in Pro Tools with no post-processing. We're going to start with the USA Clean model with a bit of compression and the mighty South Church reverb. Such a gorgeous sounding reverb. And for all of these sounds, I'm using the LT-TV Mix 2 IR that I shared on the Fractal Audio Axe Change. This is kilotone number 1, gorgeous, pristine, clean sound, neck pickup of the Strat. As you can hear, that reverb just sounds amazing, and this feels so good. It's really nice and bouncy. That optical compressor in the front end is giving it plenty of squish, which I like with these really clean sounds. What we can do to that is, if we turn the reverb off, we get a really cool DI style funk tone. As you can hear, the reverb there really makes a difference between that really funky direct thing and the gorgeous pristine sound that we've got going on there. And we can chuck a drive block in front of this. I've got the Tone of Kings at the moment. Together with the compressor, it makes such a great combo into this USA Clean amp. I love that so much. We can also add, instead of a drive, we could add the Plex reverb to really make this super, super lush. This kind of gets you into post-rock territory. The Plex delay and that particular Plex reverb block it's one of my go-to sounds. I love that so much. So that is kilotone number 1. Let's go to scene 2 because I'm using another one of my favorite amps. This is the Morgan AC20 model. This time I've just added a bit of the London plate reverb. No compression, nothing like that. Straight up, this sounds killer. It's just got that kind of perfect voxy grit about it, and we compare this either with the Tone of Kings drive. We could put a tube screamer in front of it, which I think sounds really, really cool on the neck pickup of the Strat. That kind of gives me a little bit of a Roy Gallagher vibe. Pretty bright with the bridge pickup on this guitar, so I might back the tone control off on that one. But as you can hear, the AC20, my Lord, it sounds good. We can put the optical compressor in front of it as well if we want to even things out a little bit and go for more of like a kind of, 90s diary rock chime thing. So nice, and the London plate reverb on there. Again, one of my favorite reverbs. I've just basically put a lot of my favorite stuff into this. All right, let's go to kilotone number 3 and scene 3. This is basically the Atomica High model straight up. All I've done is turn the depth down a little bit. There is going to be a little bit of this Recording Studio C reverb on there. On the Strat, it sounds really cool, but I'm going to grab my Les Paul in a second, and it just goes next level with that one. What I did there as well is I've got a control switch attached to the grinder boost and the amp block input boost, and I kick that in there. And as you can hear, this is like, for me anyway, my perfect Jose-style modded Marshall kind of tone. You can just do so much with this amp, and I use it all the time, so it just kind of feels fitting that it should be in as an example of a killer tone for the Axe-Fx 3. If you try this with a London plate reverb, it's super cool as well. You kind of get a bit of that like brown sound thing. Fantastic, as with all this kind of stuff. Yeah, talk about brown sound and then play some Whitesnake badly. Anyway, that as a straight up kind of rhythm guitar tone. We can, of course, add, I've got a wah block in here, which is super fun with this one. And we've also got a selection of effects, like, for example, the multi-tap delay. I've got it set up as a quad chorus at the moment. This is pretty awesome. For all your mid to late 80s goodness right there. Let's go over to scene 4, because this might be my favorite high gain amp in the Axe-Fx 3. I know I love the Atomica, I love the Recto as well, but the USA 2C++ just sounds so good. With this guitar, it sounds pretty good, but I'll swap over to my PRS and drop C, and then it just goes absolutely next level. It's exhilarating. I love that. And basically that one ties together with Kilotone number 5 because same amp, I've kicked in a T808 boost in the amp block, and I've used a control switch to turn on the fat switch. We've also got the multi-delay block set up as a quad tap delay where 2 of the lines are providing chorusing and 2 of the lines are this quarter note dotted 8th note. You know, kind of halo around the note, and this is my happy place. I'm going to play with it for a little bit and then talk about it a bit more. That one's almost too much fun. It's absolutely amazing. You can really go silly with this and add that Plex reverb in front of this if you want just like the ultimate over-the-top washed out lead sound. It sounds like this. And as you can see, how many blocks am I using here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm only using 8 blocks, and the CPU is only at 40%. I'm using the multi-delay, the reverb, and the Plex delay, which are pretty CPU intensive there. But there's just like so much scope for sonic experimentation there, which I love. And, you know, I can take this particular crazy over-the-top lead sound, and I might want to say turn the boost off, which I can do with not that switch, but this switch. And then I've got, hopefully, yeah, I do. I've got a little bit of that fancy little gain enhancer that was added a couple of firmwares back, so that if I want to kind of tidy everything up with my guitar volume control, I can do it, and it still stays really articulate and really responsive. And then you can go absolutely ballistic just by rolling up your guitar volume control. So there you go. There are 5 kilotones in one preset with the Axe FX3. I'll put this preset up on the Axechange for all of you guys to enjoy. Just remember, if you want it to sound like this, just make sure you add this user cab. The user cab is up on Axechange as well. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a comment. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I would love that, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.